is Mlc Tv News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, Kogi State. I am Sherifat Mohammed. The headlines. Surgeon successfully tests big kidney transplant in human patients. Trump launched his own social media platform. And Kogi government assures safety of people across the globe during the NMMA. Now the news in detail. Kogi state government has assured the people across the globe that the state is safe, peaceful and secure to successfully host the Nigeria Media Merit Award edition 29th of 2021. The state security advisor, Jerry Omodara, who briefed journalists in Lokoja, said the security subcommittee of the NMMA has been meeting to review the security needed for the great event.
In the past, we have tried to build a peaceful state, knowing fully well that peace is the bedrock for meaningful development and for peaceful coexistence. You are aware His Excellency Alaya Bello put high premium in the security of life and property of the citizen. This has been the hallmark of the administration since the inception of this government in the last 5 years.
Omodara said as part of the efforts put in place is to ensure all roads leading to the state are safe and secured, while piloting and safely conveying and returning all delegates and guests to the event from Abuja Airport.
We have also put in place the needed surveillance on all other routes leading to the state capital. Surveillance will be increased within the state capital and particularly the venues and hotel accommodations. The security agencies are fully prepared to host the event. We know the importance of the event and the high personalities expected. Just as we have been able to keep the state safe as one of the most secure states in Nigeria, today we will increase the tempo to ensure the success of the program.
He said Governor Yahaya Bello has put a high premium on the security of lives and property of the citizens, which have been the hallmark of the government since the inception of his administration. This has been further strengthened towards the preparation for the hosting of the 2021 edition of NMMA, which is the first ever in the state from 28th to 31st October 2021. Worried by the hardship faced by travelers, Kogi State House of Assembly has appealed to the federal government to immediately rehabilitate the Ayetoro-Bede-Ilori Road, which is currently in a bad condition. In a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Mopamuro, Ademola Bello Yaba East, Jimoh Musa and Aderunke Aro of Yaba West constituency and seconded by the member representing Lokoja 1, Issa Tenimu. Musa, who presented the motion on behalf of his colleagues, said the road in question has much been talked about on contract award than doing the job. According to Musa, the road, which was constructed many years ago by the Petroleum Trust Fund, is currently in a deplorable condition, saying if urgent steps are not taken, the entire Yaba federal constituency will soon be cut off. He called on the state government to also assist in fixing the road with the provision of palliative to make it motorable for road users. The lawmaker further maintained that days and hours are wasted on the road. Economic activities along this vital transport corridor have been paralyzed, thereby contributing to the high level of poverty, unemployment, rural-urban migration and the current security challenges bedeviling our dear country. The Speaker, Prince Matthew Kolawole, stated that the situation of the road is worrisome, as journey along that route is no longer than necessary. He called on the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to immediately provide palliative to reduce the sufferings of the people on the road. Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Olofu Gabriel Yunusa, held an entrepreneurship development chat with North Central Executive of Nigeria Association of Technicians and Automobiles at Lokoja, Kogi State, as part of the effort of the ministry to encourage entrepreneurs' development in the state. Commissioner Olofu has made it a routine to interact with entrepreneurs and invest agencies such as artisans and other business outfits in the state periodically. In this particular event, the Honorable Commissioner charged the National Body of Artisans North Central to ensure that their members effectively utilize the opportunity provided by Survival Fund scheme grants extended to them to expand their shops, as well as helping the younger apprentices own more shops. With over 4,000 members in Kogi State, cutting across the 21 local government areas in the state, NATA provides employment for the teeming skilled and unskilled population of the state and the nation in general. This has helped to curb drug trafficking, banditry, and other social vices in Kogi State. Speaking at the function, the Honorable Commissioner informed the visiting National Executive of the Association that the ministry has good working relationship with NATA, Kogi State Chapter, and has helped large number of her members to secure grants, as well as ensuring political stability of the association. The chairman of NATA Kogi State Chapter, Comrade Danladi Sunday Umar, appreciated the Honorable Commissioner for the ministry encouragement support to the association politically as well as facilitating grants to members. He pledged that the association will partner with the ministry for economic development of the state. Furthermore, the national vice chairman, North Central, described Yahaya Bello, the governor of Kogi State, as a performer whose zeal, love, courage, and commitment to governance have transformed Kogi State to an enviable height. He thanked the Honorable Commissioner for creating time to attend the association meeting and solicited for more collaboration. The zonal officer from Niger State commended Yahaya Bello for the good work he is doing in Kogi State and said the people of Niger State has observed from distance the giant stride of His Excellency and have constituted supporters team for GYB to PYB project come 2023. The chat ended on a peaceful note with a promise of collaboration for economic growth of the state. Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello has appointed and replaced traditional vacant stools across the 3 senatorial districts. The Office of the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, who made the list of recent appointed royal fathers available to journalists, congratulated them on behalf of the state governor and the good people of Kogi State. The monarchs are Matthew Alhaji Opaluwari Ataigala Ida Local Government Area, First Class, Ahmed Tijani Mohammed Anaje Ohi of Okene Local Government Area, First Class, His Royal Highness Alhaji Muhammad Jimo Ibrahim Ondeku Ohi Obe of Akutaklan, Okene Local Government Area, First Class, Abubakar Ahmed Yakubu Eje of Ampa Local Government Area, First Class, Jonah Okai Idrisu Onu Abocho, Dekina Local Government Area, First Class, Chief Shaibu Iyaji Ogaji, Onuebe Egana Ata, Ida Local Government Area, Second Class, Chief Alfred Modupe Ayedobro, Alamuru of Amuru, Mopamoru Local Government Area, Second Class, Shaibu Ojon Otalu of Atabaka, Olamaboro Local Government Area, Second Class, Chief Lamidi F. Ayeni, Elejuku of Ejuku Yaba, East, Second Class, Malam Yahaya Shaibu Ohiobaki of Ezube, Basa Local Government Area, Third Class, Yakubu Mohammed Ohiabahama Otara, Basa Local Government Area, Third Class, Malam Dirisu Wada Akogu Onu Iyale, Dekina Local Government Area, Third Class, Chief Martins Fahumi Oba Okedayo, Kababunu Local Government Area, Third Class, Chief Sunday Obaromi Obakaku, Kababunu Local Government Area, Third Class, Malam Ahmadu Saad Bala Obaje Otalu Opanga Ofu Local Government Area, Third Class, Chief John Olusegun Fani Oba Itedu Amuro Yaba East Local Government Area, Third Class, Chief Michael Olorutemilei Ayeni Olu of Ayegule Bede Jumu Local Government Area, Third Class, Malam Salihu Ademo Energy Aisovene of Ejo Susu Okene Local Government Area, Third Class. Pastor Mrs. Mofoluwasu Williams, the new Kogi State Coordinator of National Youth Service Corps, has assured the prospective corps members of 2021 Batch 6-in-1 orientation course of a fascinating experience and a hitch-free camping. The Assistant Director of Publicity NYSC Kogi, Reverend Adedapo Tayo in Lokoja, said the 2021 Batch 6-in-1 orientation course has been built to commence on October 20th to November 9, 2021. Williams said the 3-week camp induction is to commence officially on October 26, 2021, with the swearing-in ceremony by the Chief Judge of Kogi State, Justice Richard Olorufemi, who will administer the service oath and the national pledge for the corps members. The statement noted that the new state coordinator had earlier familiarized herself with the NYSC collaborating agencies such as the Army Police, National Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Directorate of State Security Service, among others. She noted that the essence of the familiarization tour was to revamp the existing synergy for effective campaign in accordance with the National Directive on Camp Issues. Williams said that she had similarly met with the Federal Road Safety Corps and the National Union of Road Transport Workers to discourage night journeys among the prospective corps members. The Sultan of Sokoto charged the authorities not to allow extremists to take over any section of the country by challenging them educationally and security-wise. Following the worsening insecurities, Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammadu Sa'ad Abubakar, has appealed to political leaders and security agencies not to allow extremists to take over the country. The monarch noted that those who practice the two major religions in the country turn it upside down to suit them because they have not been properly guided on what should be the teachings. Abubakar said the summit was coming at the right time because of so many challenges in the country. The Sultan of Sokoto also averred that part of the problem experienced in the country comes from lack of implementation of resolutions reached at similar summits. Appealing for lessons to be taught in local languages to students to learn better and faster. He also stressed that the need for Nigerians to defamasize paper qualification by making education very functional and productive. Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State has urged the federal government to declare bandits as terrorists so as to allow the Nigerian military deal with them without any major consequences in international law. The governor spoke at the presentation of the Kaduna Security Incident Report for the third quarter of 2021 in Kaduna State. The governor said they have written letters to the federal government since 2017 asking for this declaration because it is a declaration that will allow the Nigerian military to attack and kill these bandits without any major consequences in international law. Therefore, they support the resolution of the National Assembly and they are going to follow up with a letter of support for the federal government to declare these bandits and insurgents as terrorists so that they will be fair game for our military. This is the view of the Kaduna State government. The governor also called for consensus between the federal government and the 36 states on an emergency program of recruitment into the security agencies. He said an influx of 774,000 new boots on the ground will be a significant blow against criminals and an employment boost. He said the Ministry of International Security and Home Affairs has just presented its report on security incidents in Kaduna State within the third quarter of 2021. He said many state governments in the Northwest and North Central have adopted an unconventional approach to help the federal security agencies to better project their communities, adding that there is no alternative to launching simultaneous operations. You are still watching Mlc TV News. We'll be right back.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose Mlc TV. Get human interest stories right here on Mlc TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on Mlc TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on Mlc TV. Mlc TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. Mlc TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, Nigeria and Turkey trade to rise by more than $1 billion. Turkey has signed several agreements with Nigeria that will see its volume of trade increase to over $1 billion in a major push to ramp up commercial and economic cooperation with Africa's most populous nation. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan arrived in Abuja where he met with President Muhammadu Buhari on Wednesday as part of a wider trip to the African continent. Speaking at a joint press conference, President Erdogan said that the two leaders discussed bilateral relations and opportunities for further cooperation. He drew special attention to the importance of what he described as the common fight against terrorism. He said that Turkey has been closely following the developments in Nigeria and that his country can offer support for Nigeria's fight against violent jihadists. On Tuesday in Togo, Erdogan said Turkey is ready to lay the foundation for military cooperation with West African nations fighting insurgencies. The trip appears to be a significant step in Turkey's attempts to increase its influence on the continent as it prepares to host two major African-focused events in Istanbul, a two-day Turkey-African Third Economy and Business Summit, which starts on Thursday, and a two-day Turkey-African Third Partnership Summit in December. The procedure done at NYU Langone Health in New York City involved use of a pig whose gene had been altered so that the tissue no longer contained a molecule known to trigger an almost immediate rejection. The procedure done at NYU Langone Health in New York City involved use of a pig whose gene had been altered so that the tissue no longer contained a molecule known to trigger an almost immediate rejection. According to the news agency, the recipient was a brain-dead patient with signs of kidney dysfunction whose family consented to the experiment before she was due to be taken off life support. Researchers told the journalist, for 3 days, the new kidney was attached to her blood vessel and maintained outside her body, giving researchers access to it. Test results of the transplanted kidney function look pretty normal, said transplant surgeon Dr. Robert Montgomery, who led the study. He said there was no evidence of the vigorous early rejection seen when unmodified pig kidneys are transplanted into non-human primates. Montgomery said the recipient abnormal creatinine level, an indicator of poor kidney function, returned to normal after the transplant. In the United States, nearly 107,000 people are currently waiting for organ transplant, including more than 90,000 awaiting a kidney, according to the United States for organ sharing. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is getting back at Facebook Incorporation for suspending his Facebook and Instagram accounts for 2 years as he moves to launch his own social media platform. Trump was barred indefinitely from both sites in January in the wake of posts he made on the U.S. Capitol riots. But last month, Facebook oversight board criticized the open-ended penalty. Facebook said Trump's action was a severe violation of our rules. Trump said the move was an insult to the millions who voted for him in last year's presidential election. His new app will be known as Truth Social. Trump has stated that he will stand up to big tech companies such as Twitter and Facebook, both of whom have barred him from his platforms. Truth Social, he said, will be created through a new company formed by a merger of the Trump's media and technology group, as well as a special acquisition company, U.S. Metro reports. The disclosure was made in a press release circulated in the U.S. by both organizations. We live in a world where the Taliban has a huge presence on Twitter, yet your favorite American president has been silenced. This is unacceptable. Trump said he is excited to send out my first truth on Truth Social very soon. TMTG was founded with a mission to give a voice to all. I am excited to soon begin sharing my thoughts on Truth Social and to fight back against big tech, Trump stated in a written statement included in the release. Over to Aliu Nasir on Sports Today.
Steve Bruce was sacked with a payoff on Wednesday after Newcastle's Saudi owners acted in the wake of defeat in their first game at St. James Park. Source says it was always the intention to replace the 60-year-old, but the performance and toxic atmosphere towards the end of the 3-2 loss to Tottenham brought home the need for immediate action. Graham Jones had been placed in charge temporarily for Saturday's trip to Crystal Palace. Among those being considered as Bruce's permanent replacement are Paulo Fonseca, Roberto Martinez, Lucien Favre, Eddie Howe, and Rudy Garcia. Talks are underway and an appointment is expected next week. We understood that Bruce left with his full $8 million severance package. In the African Women Cup of Nations qualifier played on Wednesday between the Super Falcons of Nigeria and Ghana Queens ended 2-0. The victory was secured with a first-half goals by Uchenna Kanu. In the Champions League, Match Day 3, UEFA Champions League played Wednesday night. Chelsea returned to winning ways when they defeated Malmo by 4-0 in a match that saw two strikers, Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner, replaced due to injuries. Man United came from 2 goals down in the first half to win by 3 goals to 2. Ronaldo scored the winner to give Ole's men a deserved victory. Other results of the evening Champions League are as follows. I'm Aliu Nasir, reporting for Mlc TV.
Thank you, Aliu, for the update. Now we go over to Matthias Oyedeji for entertainment news.
On our foreign entertainment news, dozens of Netflix employees staged protests over Dave Chappelle's The Closer. Netflix staff, transgender activists, and supporters recently staged a walkout outside the streamer's Los Angeles office over Dave Chappelle's transphobic jokes in his The Closer stand-up comedy show. The protest held on Wednesday saw the protesters demand an inclusivity from the global streaming platform by calling for the funding of more trans and non-binary talent as well as the rejection of transphobic content. Several videos currently making the rounds feature several Netflix stars including Jonathan Van Ness, Jamila Jamil, who took turns addressing the demonstrators. Prior to the protest, Netflix has reportedly released a statement in solidarity with the protesters. However, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos had released a statement saying he screwed up for his initial comment on the heavily criticized show. He also maintained that his stance on not letting go of the show remains resolute. Netflix and Chappelle has embroiled in weeks-long controversy over the comedy special released on October 5th. The stand-up comedy star joked about transgender people, saying gender is a fact and that LGBT people are too sensitive. Chappelle has laughed off the backlash recently, saying, "If this is what being cancelled is all about, I love it." Other LGBT celebrities, including Elliot Page and Lily Wachowski, have also voiced out their support for this protest on social media. In Africa, Kunle Remi tells Governor Sanwo-Olu to respond to the assaulted taxi driver during EndSARS memorial protest. Nollywood actor Kunle Remi has asked the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, to respond to the news of the taxi driver who was assaulted during the EndSARS memorial protest in the Lekki axis of Lagos. The movie star made this known via his Instagram page on Wednesday, October 20, 2021, while reacting to the video of the assaulted taxi driver by men of the Nigerian police force. He wrote, "Dear Governor at Jide Sanwo-Olu, it would be nice to get a response from you. I would rather not post the policeman's face on my page, but the video is everywhere and I'm sure you have seen it. If you can acknowledge a sketch of you online, please do same. The world saw it, we saw it, the internet never forgets. We can frame that picture too, if that's better. We await your response. Thanks, sir." Remi post came hours after videos of a taxi driver being assaulted by men of the police surfaced during the memorial protest. A convoy memorial to mark the 1-year anniversary of the viral anti-police brutality protest of October 2020 was held on Wednesday. Matthias Ayodeji Peter reporting for Mlc TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias, for the update. Joy Onu Ogochukwu, a graduate of the Department of Mass Communication, Benue State University, Makurdi, was killed. The young female trader who was allegedly raped and killed by unknown men in Makurdi, Benue State, Joy, who markets clothes online, reportedly received a call on Tuesday night from someone posing as a customer, and she went out shortly after to deliver clothes to the caller. Her body was found on Wednesday morning. Joy was killed a day before she was to leave for NYSC camp. Friends have taken to various social media platforms to mourn her. And that's today's news package. Join us tomorrow via the same channel. For sponsorship and advert placement, call the numbers displayed on your screen. Or visit our social media handles, Facebook at Mlc TV, Instagram Mlc TV 2021, YouTube Mlc Tv. I am Sharifat Mohammed. Thanks for staying with us.